Good morning and welcome to the Tadpoll. I am guest host Tara Overmiller today, and our first guest is Mr. Gower. I guess I have to call you that here in the school walls. So school has started, new school year, lots going on, but let's start by looking back. Over the summer, you guys stayed pretty busy. I think, okay, summer, school's out, there's nothing to do. You're just sitting back in your office with your feet up, right? But I think that's actually your busy season. Right?
Yeah, so we'll end one fiscal year and begin another one. So the office is pretty busy, and then projects throughout the district. And so here at the high school, we had the exterior painted, and then the middle school, we worked on the parking lot there right in front.
That looks great with the new flagpole area that you did.
Yeah.
Was it last year, 2 years ago, and now the parking lot. Nice little facelift.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And then the elementary school.
Maybe we could get some facelifts on us.
I need one. And then at the elementary school, we're actually just finishing up windows, and so they're just about finished on the inside. Hopefully by this weekend. So.
I think you did
major
junior high
projects.
last year with the windows.
Yeah,
So do you guys have that kind of planned out,
Yes.
like each year, what capital project you're going to do and how you plan that? So then during the summer, you're doing like your budgeting plans and stuff.
So the high school was first. They got new windows a couple years ago, and then middle school and elementary, and then painting. We've done middle school and high school, and then the plan is the elementary next year. And so just kind of like you said, kind of facelift on the outside. So
Yeah. I know we're both kind of dealing with that aging infrastructure things and what you do and how you keep them up. But I think kudos to both organizations. The hospitals and schools look good. They might be old, but we keep them clean. We keep them facelifted as best we can.
I agree. You just kind of got to plan ahead.
Do what you can,
and
for sure.
Try to stay ahead of things.
Yeah. So new school year, I know I've got 3 kids that are back to school, so I'm hearing about all the changes. Caleb's learning about clip up and clip down, and Ella's talking about the no cell phones, and her phone's overheating in the car, so I'm getting the earfuls. But what are some new things that are going on in this school year?
Well, that one I'm sure would be a hot topic.
Yeah, so let's talk about it. Cell phones, what's that new policy?
So that was a state law that bell to bell, students are not supposed to have access to their phones. It really hasn't changed a ton here because we had kind of did that already. I'm sure there's no cell phones here in this classroom. I'm sure everybody's following the rule and keeping their cell phone in their
I see
car.
a few guilty faces. Nobody's making eye contact with us. They're all heads down. Nope.
But we haven't went nuts and started wanding anybody yet. But really what we asked last year, and for the most part went well, was we don't want to see your phone, we don't want to hear your phone, we don't want you on your phone. You're here to learn, and you don't need that distraction. And so the state kind of followed through and made that a law. And I'm not saying I disagree with the premise behind it. We just kind of get tired of Topeka trying to tell us what to do. We feel like our school board knows what's best for USD 325. But yeah, as long as you're not on your phone, and you can leave it in your car, you can leave it at home, but out of sight and hopefully out of mind.
Now, does that extend to athletes that are traveling on the bus or at sports tournaments? Is that also included in that?
It's not a law. Now, your district can make that, that policy if they wanted. Typically, we're just going to leave it up to coaches. And now, if they have issues and they come to me, then we may make a step. But it's nice for them to have it on the way home. You can reach out and say, hey, we're in Stockton or whatever.
Yeah, for us moms that have to pick them up, it is kind of nice. But the coaches are great at that on Team Reach too, letting us know when they're getting close. So either way, but I do remember being in grade school, and our secretary, Peggy Cole, she would tell us not to use that school phone unless it was an emergency, and our emergencies were usually, can somebody come over and play? Can you have a sleepover? So, secretaries might have a little bit more of that going on.
Yeah, that hasn't changed. That's still going on.
Good deal. Any new faces? Changes around?
So we, longtime fax teacher, Deb Weisar retired, and so we've got a new teacher, Kai Wilkinson, that will be doing FACS and FCCLA. And then I guess, which is also a little bit new this year, is the 8th graders, when they come up, FACS is now a choice. And so they could choose FACS, Woods, or Ag. And I think we're going to add art back in the second semester. So just to give the 8th grade a little taste of what goes on at the high school.
Mm-hmm. Any changes in, let's see, coaches, sports, any new ones?
Oh,
I've heard too much on that one.
I can't think of anything major. I mean, there'd be some assistant coach changes and things like that, but no, for the most part, returning staff, good numbers. One thing that's really changed, I think we got like 35 girls out for volleyball, which is the most we've had in a long time. About 40 boys, I think, for football.
Oh, good.
About 17.
It's always good to have
tennis
some depth
girls.
on that bench and get them running. Yeah.
And then I think there's 3 or 4 kids out for high school cross country, and then we got a few for junior high. So good participation athletically. I know there's more activities than just sports, but we just had our activity fair yesterday, so I really don't have those numbers of who all's out for, FCCLA or FFA or those kind of things, but that we'll firm that up. But we think that's important to be involved in activities.
And I always think that's when I talk about, recruiting people to the area. One of the things I always talk about is your kids can do everything. They can be on PTV and be an anchor and learn about speaking skills, debating, any of that, and they can also be the quarterback of the football team, and they can also be in ag and do those things, and there's no limit to the different things that they can try and skills that they can develop, and that's, I think, one of the best assets that we have at the school system here.
It's very important that, that's a reason why kids come to school is to be involved in activities and athletics, and I think it teaches you a lot. And we talk about problem solving and decision making and all those kind of things, and those are things that happen on the court or on the field or right here in PTV. I mean, you're making those decisions, split-second decisions, and that helps prepare you for life after high school. And quite frankly, that's why we're here, is to prepare you to be a better adult and better husband, better wife, and better citizen.
You bet. Yeah, I do think we have some great things that come out of this school. So you're doing a great job. Our teachers are doing a great job. I've got a freshman now, so hearing more about the high school stuff, more from the girls' side. It's funny how different it is. I've got a graduated boy, and now I've got the girl in the system, and it's very different. So figuring all of that out, but we're sure having fun with it. So
That's good.
Here's to a great school year. Thanks for coming on and sharing about it. And after this, we'll take a break and come back with some more.
On the field, taking risks is part of the game. Every yard, every play. It's about going all in. But when it comes to your money, it pays to be careful. With the careful service from First National Bank and Trust, you can detect unusual activity and stop fraud before it happens. Protect yourself and the ones you love with Careful, because being smart off the field is the real win.
Bottom of the 9th. Intense competition. This is the dream.
Jimmy knows the game's on the line, and he's ready.
I've got this.
What a shot!
Life's better when you're protected under our roof, because your house
What a game!
is home base for their dreams.
I did it!
Bundle life and save on home and auto. American Family Insurance.
The Hansen Museum of Logan, Kansas is where history and creativity unite. For over 50 years, we've been your cultural hub, offering a diverse range of exhibits, from captivating Lego brick displays to timeless joy of Bob Ross's art. But we're not just a museum, we're a community gathering space. Join us for thrilling events like Murder Mysteries or celebrate creative talents at one of our many events. At the Hansen Museum, we're not just preserving the past, we're creating memories for the future.
We are taking wheat to the next level. As a producer of vital wheat gluten, advanced biofuels, and important co-products, Amber Wave. Vital. reliable, sustainable.
All right, and welcome back to the Tadpoll. I'm guest host Tara Overmiller, and now I'm joined by Mr. Lowry. We're going to stay with that with the high school walls. We'll stay with our formal introduction. So Mr. Lowry is the new superintendent over at the Logan schools, and I hear it's your first day of school.
It is.
And you already broke out.
Yes, we had our students there. I did welcome them before I left. We had the whole school in the auditorium this morning before I left for a meeting, so I got to welcome and get to see all the students already this morning.
Exciting first day of school. Very good. Off to a great new school year, new start. So what are some of the new things that are happening in Logan? Any new faces, any changes?
Yes. Along with our strong returning core teachers, we have several new faces. Myself as superintendent and athletic director, and then Mrs. Orzak is the new principal there. And then I have Kelsey Pinkerton is doing our K-12 music this year. Elisa Herder is our title and fifth grade teacher, and she's also coaching volleyball.
Oh, there you go.
Because of retirements and thing. And then Paige Babst is our student success coordinator. And then Kevin Pinkerton is our business technology person. So those are the new faces we have in the building this year.
Lots of good ones. You got some good ones there, I think. I know a few of them. And why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your new face there?
So, I've been retired for a couple of years. I've been out of education. I'm back in. I've had 48 years of educational experience. This is my 24th year as superintendent. So it's kind of exciting. I said it kind of got me going again to get
back on the horse,
get back and going and working with kids. I just enjoy being with kids and working with kids and trying to help those students. And we talked today about, being the best they can be and so forth. So that's my goal.
Very good. That's a great goal to have. I think a lot of investment has been made in the Logan area on our youth and what they're doing there. Mm-hmm. And it's an exciting thing to see that project and experiment with the intergenerational things going. And on that, it gets a lot of buzz. And I think that's what we're mainly here to talk about is we've got some pretty big faces coming down to Logan to do a segment on Sunday, right?
Right. So we've actually already filmed.
Oh.
We did this last Monday. Fox News Kansas came down out of Wichita. They spent almost the whole morning filming and so forth, and they'll have a segment this Sunday. I think it airs at 8 o'clock in the morning and rerun at 1, I believe, on Fox News.
That's exciting. What are some of the things that you guys covered during that segment?
So the thing I really enjoyed was having one of our seniors with one of our elementary kids that worked during the year together, and they interviewed them together at the same time, and the interaction and the conversations they had was really fun to watch. I think that was great. And of course they interviewed teachers on how that worked. They interviewed residents on, how they like the kids and so forth. And of course K-State was there. K-State's doing a big study on the results of the students and of the residents, and they're doing that on a monthly basis. So that'll be exciting as they give us the data from the research.
It is. When K-State was here last time for the community meeting, I had the pleasure of being the guest host when they were here for that too. So they were able to share some of their findings through that. And at that time, it was still kind of informal data, but they could see and hear the changes of it and how it was going well and the impact it was having on people's lives and that emotional tie for that.
Yes, and I think it's been real positive. My teachers really focused. I know in the mornings we have interactions every morning with the students at breakfast, so it's good for them. And then of course the residents come down and will assist, and then there's activities in the manor too with the kids. So it's just an interaction between them. And I think this year we have some junior high students that are going to start doing a legacy project where they interview and get their life story and write it up and get it. They kind of have the residents kind of edit it and see how they like it, and then we'll make that available with the QR code and stuff. People can read their life stories and so forth.
I love that idea. My mom's in assisted living here in Phillipsburg, and I've bought one of those books where it's like, tell me your life story, and I've yet to fill any of it out. And if anybody knows my mother, she's full of life stories, and I need to get them written down. So I love that being a student project because I've not been good on it on my end. So great idea. That'll be a treasured thing for many people.
Right, and it's a cross-curricular for our students. I mean, they're going to get several different core areas as they go through that process. So
Definitely. Well, anything else you want to share about Logan school system?
Well, you know, tonight is a big tradition. First day of school, we have a community pep rally downtown.
Oh, fun.
They'll have a barbecue. The fire trucks will bring all the teams down. All fall activity groups cheer and dance, and they will perform, and the coaches will talk. And so it's just kind of a opening day tradition that they do. So we'll be doing that tonight.
So open for all the community members to come to, and free barbecue for everybody?
Yeah, I believe they do have barbecue down there tonight, so that'd be good. So all of our activities start next week. We had junior high volleyball and high school volleyball and football, a lot of activities going on, and we start at home next Friday with Northern Valley and at
a little bit of a rivalry there, so
well,
got your neighbors there.
People ask, I take a little bit of people. I may
right,
not
I think
know.
you might have some ties to both.
Yeah,
right?
I do. You know, as I told my kids, I am a graduate, and I've been there 25 years previous, being a teacher and an administrator. So. Yeah, so it's different, and I enjoy it though. Working, I like small schools too. I'd like to keep the small rural schools alive and working, and so that's one reason I've been in several small schools since my retirement. So
yeah, you got to have a passion for it.
Yep.
The rural life. Well, we certainly appreciate you being on, Mr. Lowry. Wish you best of luck in this next chapter as you're back in the saddle over at Logan, and look forward to tuning in to Fox News Sunday. 8 p.m.
a.m.
8 a.m.
Yep.
So get up early on Sunday before church and tune in.
And then 1 p.m. again, they'll re-air that.
Perfect. I bet people will be linking it on Facebook and stuff, so people will be able to find it. So look for that. I'm sure it's a great segment. And we'll take a break now and come back with our last guest.
Thank you.
Your friends can wait, but the road can't. Texting while driving makes you 6 times more likely to cause an accident than drunk driving. A glance at your phone can cost more than your attention. It can cost someone their future, or yours. At Rogers & Associates, we have seen how one moment of distraction can change lives forever. Put the phone down, stay focused, stay safe. Rogers & Associates Insurance, helping you move forward. If your vehicle is pulling, shaking, or just doesn't feel right, don't ignore it. At Coombs West Shop, we're more than alignments. We offer engine repair, routine maintenance, wheel alignments, and tire services, including new and used tires and tire repair. One shop, honest work, done right the first time. Call Coombs West Shop at 785-543-6647.
At Farmers National Bank, we believe that strong foundations are built on faith, hard work, and everyday heroes. For over a century, we've been proud to serve the communities that have made us who we are today. We honor everyday heroes who dedicate their lives to serving others. You inspire us to treat every customer with the respect and care they deserve. At Farmers National Bank, we know that strong communities are built on strong foundations, and we are proud to be part of yours. Farmers National Bank, honoring strong foundations since 1921.
All right, and welcome back to the Tadpoll for our final guest today. I'm joined by Miss Jaime Baker. I don't have to do Mrs. Baker for this one. I've had teachers the last few, and superintendents, I should say, not teachers, so we've been a little formal. But Jaime Baker is one of our nurses over at Phillips County Health Systems, and she is here to talk about a fundraiser that she's hosting. She is our diabetic educator, also cardiac nurse, wears lots of hats there, but I think diabetes is definitely a passion of yours. Yep. So she is going to be hosting a fundraiser. So tell us a little bit about this night golf that you're bringing to Phillipsburg.
Yeah, so we're having okay, let me go back. I guess we're having a Glow Golf Tournament September 19th. Tee off starts at 9. Meal, games, cart decorating, all of that fun stuff is going to start around 6:30 at the Sand Trap. And all proceeds are going to be used in Phillips County. We're setting up accounts at both pharmacies and the hospital to help provide people that have diabetes and their families with medications, education, supplies. That can be really costly, especially in this economy right now.
It is a challenge. So this golf fundraiser has been done before other places.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about your connection with Ginger's Hope and what that story is.
Sure. So my mom has type 1 diabetes. She's had it since she was 12. So I've grown up with diabetes at the forefront of my mind all the time, and paying attention to that and symptoms and, access to food and whatever, all this stuff. But I can definitely tell as a nurse, I can tell the difference between people that have been educated on it and people that have not. People that have been educated on it typically lead healthier, happier lives with less complications from the disease. And so I really want to bring that to rural healthcare, because just because we live in rural America doesn't mean that we don't deserve all the same access to things that they have in the big cities, as far as healthcare goes. My mom feels the same. My opinion probably comes from her. But anyway, so she formed a 501c3 organization probably 7 years ago, and we've hosted a night golf tournament in Ulysses. That's where Ginger's Hope is based out of, and we've hosted that for 3 to 4 years now, and we've been able to pay like $20,000 for people's like medications, supplies, education, and it's really exciting to see people, get access to things that they typically wouldn't.
I think that is great. I think one of the things that I get frustrated about with diabetes and healthcare is if you're pre-diabetic, if you're symptomatic, if any of those things, there is not coverage typically from our insurance carriers and things to get that education to change your lifestyle, to do the preventative side. Unfortunately, you have to have that diagnosis already to get to that health care. And so I think that's a great thing that Jaime's able to provide, especially through these things, for people who maybe don't have the funding or the ability to self-pay for those types of preventative cares, education, because the insurance coverage for these type of services just is not there. I think that's something we struggle with a lot. We hear it from our community a lot. Unless you're sick, it's hard to get care. There's not as much emphasis on preventative care. We're frustrated with that as well. So I think it's great that you can bring these things to our community that are on that preventative side. Let's take care of you. Let's provide access. Let's provide education, so we can prevent the episodes that then are costly to both the system, the insurance, and all that cause our costs to go up across the board. Very good. All right, so if people are interested in this Glow Golf tournament, how do they sign up? Where do they learn about it?
You can text me. That's easy enough. You can text me. My phone number is 785, oh my God, it's not. Sorry.
So I
get used to Phillipsburg. Anyway, my cell phone number is 316-841-6175. Text me. And sign up. We have a few spots left. So, and even if you don't want to play, even if you just want to like follow around, it's super fun. You're gonna have, you get goodie bags. So you get glow balls, you get glow tees, you get flashlights, you get glow sticks, you get lights for the cart. I don't know. There's a ton of stuff in there. So it's super fun to come and watch. And even if you're not
I'm not a golfer. Sweet Rhonda Kellerman took me out for one golf lesson this summer. I'm trying. I want to be a golfer, but I am not a golfer. I've hit a golf ball once now. So if I wanted to come and support the event, do the dinner thing, I could come and do those type of things and just hang out and have fun and do those things. All right. Do we need sponsors for the event? Anything else like that?
I mean, honestly, any donations are welcome. So you're welcome to message me, or
just need prizes, silent auction items. Like, what type of things are you needing?
Any and all.
Any and all.
You want.
All right.
Yeah.
If you'd like to support the Glow Golf Tournament, diabetic education, and support in Phillips County, get a hold of Jaime, and she can let you know how you could help out or how you could register to support the event. Sounds like a lot of fun. When I get back to my desk, I will put a link or your cell phone in the comments under this airing so people can find it too.
Perfect.
That way people can know it. Otherwise, everybody have a great week. We appreciate our guests coming on. Got to say hi to Tad because I know he's watching. And that's it for the Tadpoll.